Have you heard about the new workshop on the endocrine system conducted by the charming, perfect, and fantastic Dr. Alex Morgan?
Oh my gosh, yes. Let us check it out. Oh, is this the endocrine workshop?
Yes, it is. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Okay.
Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the workshop on hormone interactions and pathways. Before we begin, can you tell me what you remember about the endocrine system?
The endocrine system is a major regulatory system and it consists of glands that secrete hormones. The glands of the endocrine system are the hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal gland, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, adrenals, pancreas, testes, and the ovaries.
That is indeed correct. In your answers, you mentioned hormones. Can you tell me more about hormones? The endocrine gland secretes the hormones into the bloodstream, and the hormones are transported to the target cells through the bloodstreams. The hormones will then trigger the target cells. That is partially correct, as your answer is just a simple summary of the pathways of hormones. Hormones can be classified into two major groups based on the chemical structure. Hormones can be derived from amino acids, including amines, peptides, and proteins, or from lipids. Amino acid-derived hormones are water-soluble, while lipid-derived hormones are lipid-soluble. Hormones are produced and secreted at endocrine glands. After secretion of the hormones into the bloodstream, the hormones are transported to the target cells. Lipid-soluble hormones can pass through the cell membrane and diffuse into the target cells. The hormone then binds into the intracellular hormone receptor, which triggers a cascade of events leading to a response. However, water-soluble hormones are unable to pass through the cell membrane of the target cell. Thus, the water-soluble hormones will bind to the hormone receptors outside of the cell at the cell membrane. After binding, the hormone receptor will trigger a cascade of events within the cell, resulting in a response. Besides the pathway of water-soluble hormones and lipid-soluble hormones, are there other pathways that hormones take? Yes, there are. It is the direct pathway and the hormone cascade. In the direct pathway, the hormones are directly released from the respective glands and act immediately on target organs. An example is the pathway of insulin and glucagon. Both insulin and glucagon, released from the pancreas, act on the surrounding target cells. They do not travel to other endocrine glands. These hormones are released usually at the end of the hormone cascade.
What about the other hormone pathways?
Other than the direct pathway, some hormones would travel to other glands instead. This is called the hormone cascade. Hormone cascades allow for the amplification of signals. An example of a hormone cascade would be the HPA. When the stress response pathway is triggered, the hypothalamus releases CRH. The CRH will then stimulate the pituitary gland to release ACTH. ACTH stimulates the adrenal cortex to release cortisol. The cortisol then increases glucose and suppresses the immune system, which helps to regulate the body's response to stress. Other examples of a hormone cascade are HPT axis for thyroid regulation and HPG axis for reproduction and reproductive development.
What about the hormone interactions?
Other than the interaction of hormones with the target cells, hormones are able to interact with each other. The permissive effect, the synergistic effect, and the antagonistic effect are three of the interactions between hormones. To begin with, the permissive effect is when the presence of one hormone enables another hormone to act. For example, the thyroid hormones have complex permissive relationships with certain reproductive hormones. The synergistic effect happens when two hormones with similar effects produce an amplified response. For example, two different reproductive hormones, FSH from the pituitary gland and estrogen from the ovaries, are required for the maturation of human ova. The antagonistic effect happens when two hormones have opposing effects. Do you know any two hormones with opposing effects?
Right, I remember. An example of the antagonistic effect is the pancreatic hormone, insulin, and glucagon. Insulin increases the liver storage of glucose as glycogen, decreasing blood glucose, whereas glucagon stimulates the breakdown of glycogen storage, increasing blood glucose.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Alex Morgan, for your fantastic insights on the hormones in our body.
You are as amazing, intelligent, and magnificent as people say. Be blessed and be a blessing to others.
Hormones are wonderful chemicals in our body that help to regulate our bodily functions. Without hormones, our bodies will not be able to operate and will fall apart. Do you want to hear a joke? Okay, so what subject likes to go to the toilet? Hey, Jerry